One morning, as I was leafing through an Argos catalogue, it suddenly dawned on me that I was going to be dead soon and that I'd achieved absolutely nothing with my life. You see, my entire existence was just a routine of chores and distractions to keep myself occupied, so I didn't have to stop and think about the inevitability of my own demise. I'd clean the car so I didn't have to think about cancer, watch some football to forget about funeral homes, bake a cake to avoid coming to terms with the pathetic loneliness of old age. But that morning, as I was staring at a very reasonably priced 4-piece Rattan Effect patio set, I came to understand my own mortality. Soon I would be gone forever, and every little detail of my life, everything I cared so much about, would be forgotten with me. I'd be wiped clean off the face of the earth, removed from history, erased from memory. My life will have meant absolutely nothing. And so that's why I started burying time capsules. Once a year, I'd fill a box with a selection of items that represented my passions and hobbies, my hopes and dreams, the sum total of my existence. A Hits 96 CD perhaps, a VHS of a family barbecue, maybe a recent novel I'd finished, and then I'd bury it in my back garden for people to discover in 1,000 years' time. And in this way I could finally guarantee that I'd never be forgotten. My life hadn't been but a fleeting moment lost in the ether. It was a thing of substance that could endure, underground in a little box. But it wasn't long before I ran into complications. When I had to dig one of these capsules up again a few months later, because I needed one of the hats I'd buried in there for a fancy dress party, it took me nearly 2 weeks to find it. This was obviously a cause for concern, because if even I was struggling to locate my box of memories, what if people in the future just missed them completely? The only solution was to start burying more time capsules. So I started burying a new time capsule every day, but within a fortnight I'd run out of space in my back garden. So I began burying the time capsules late at night in other people's gardens as well, but even this couldn't sustain the rate I was interring proof of my existence. Eventually I had the bright idea of paying a local farmer for permission to bury the boxes in his fields. This system worked okay for the first 6 months, but there's only so much digging one man can do. I started getting shooting pain in my shoveling shoulder, and I was forced into looking at other methods of excavation. And so, after a lot of research and with a heavy heart, I decided to remortgage my house, sell my car, cash in my life savings and purchase a JCB. My wife thought I was crazy at first, but after a lot of discussion and a very persuasive PowerPoint presentation, she finally showed signs of coming round to my way of thinking, just before she took the 2 kids and moved back in with her mother. But losing my family and the house when I couldn't keep up with the mortgage payments turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as now I had no distractions keeping me from my life's work, which was making sure people wouldn't forget about my life in the future by spending my current life burying time capsules containing stuff from my life. And so yes, now I do sleep in the JCB, and yes, I am a little lonely at times, but how many people can say that they'll never be forgotten? Although I am running out of stuff to put in these boxes.